What is going on, guys? It is Trader Cause. First video in, I don't know, like a week, 2 weeks, something like that. It's been a while. I have been battling COVID, but symptoms have pretty much gone away. I'm still a bit exhausted, don't really have energy to do much, but I have gotten a chance to look at the chart a little bit the last day or so. So felt like it would be worth recording a video, giving you guys an update on where I'm at. Sorry, I had to cough really quick. So let's jump into it. As always, these videos are brought to you by Zort and Bybit. I will give an update on my Zort trading account because I have funded that, and it has gotten started. And then Bybit, my preferred derivatives exchange. So let's jump into it. Yesterday, I tweeted a chart that I was looking for a move up to Monday's high after we swept the low right here, and then also took out this low right here from the weekend. It did push up. It got rejected at the weekly open and at this SR level, so definitely a good spot to take some partial profits. Like, that was probably the most obvious resistance on the way up to Monday's high. Rejected there, and now we've kind of done a little bit of a triple tap right here. So we'll see if this pushes higher. If it gets up towards Monday's high, I'd definitely be interested in some shorts. I think in general at this 46, 47, 48K region, like, it's not where I want to be buying spot. I don't know why that line's there. I thought I had it on this weekly SR. Like, I don't want to be a spot buyer up here. However, if we do get above this SR level, which is this like 3-day supply right here, however you want to mark it, and this weekly SR, if we're able to break above that and like close above, consolidate above it, actually hold it for a bit, then I am fully interested in buying spot, because I think there is a great chance that it pushes up from there. However, spot that I bought here at 30 and 31K, I have been selling up here because, I mean, we're right at the most obvious resistance on the chart, and I'd much rather just wait. If we get above it, then buy it all back. And sure, you missed out on, like, I don't know, between 48 and 49, 50. You miss out on like 2K, which isn't that big of a deal, especially if it does something like this. And then we rebuy spot. I mean, I don't know exactly where I would want to look to start being a buyer if this does really go for an aggressive dump. Probably somewhere around here, around 40K, and then also 35. I'm not saying that's what I expect right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if we at least do something, consolidate for a bit. I mean, we've gone straight up for like 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks, up 65%. So an extended period of consolidation or a sharp pullback, I think, is very possible. I see no reason to rule that out. I wasn't able to trade this much with leverage because, as you guys know, I was out with COVID, so I kind of just wasn't super interested. I was checking the chart every now and then because of spot, and it was kind of always my plan to unload some spot between this 48 and 50K zone. And so that's what I've started doing. But yeah, so basically, I am flat on spot in this area. If we do a spike up into here, take out Monday's high into that SR, I would look for shorts, obviously on a lower time frame basis. If we're able to get above this SR level, all the spot that I sold here, I'll buy back like $1,000, $2,000 higher. But now there'd be a much higher probability in my mind that this continues further. Whereas when we're below it, I don't love the chances that this pushes higher. And I mean, I talked to you guys about this on the streams. I do have like a separate long-term spot bag that I just never touch and that I add to every now and then. When I say I'm selling spot here, it's more so the spot in my trading account. Like in my Bybit account, I can be holding Bitcoin or I can be holding USDT, and you can also do that on FTX. So that's my actively traded spot. And then I have long-term spot that I just don't touch because, hey, who knows? Maybe it just does this, and I'm betting on Bitcoin long-term. So I also I always like having a good amount of Bitcoin exposure, big picture. But I do have spot that I trade and that I manage, because let's say you sell a Bitcoin at 50K, pulls back to 35, you're all of a sudden buying just under 1.5, So managing some of your spot, I think, is a good way to build your Bitcoin holding, especially when we're at literally the most obvious resistance on this entire chart. Like either this is going to pull back, reject here, drop down and consolidate down here, or it's going to rip back above, and this was our higher low before we push higher. And if it does that, right when it flips that 48, 49K level, we're back in, and then we're looking for all-time highs. So it really is at a important level, and that's part of why I wanted to record a video today, just because like this is a significant zone. And that doesn't mean anything huge needs to happen today, tomorrow, or the day after. It can still take some time to play out, but I kind of wanted to post a video talking about how I want to be cautious here after I saw Bitcoin go up 65% in a matter of weeks. Ethereum went up like 100% in that same time period. So we've been seeing a lot of crazy things in the market, and if you keep trying to deegan everything, you're probably going to get burnt. So these market conditions were great for trading and longing everything, and unfortunately I missed most of that. I was able to ride it with spot, and I'm pretty happy with that. As you guys know, I'm a big FTT and Sol spot holder and bull, so I can't really complain. This has been pretty incredible, but things don't go up forever in a straight line, and I'm trying to be a voice of reason, I guess. Sorry, my throat's still bothering me a little bit. If we do lose Monday's low here and break down below these levels, we probably get a move down into here. So you could probably take some type of scalp short there, or just wait and look for long setups around 44. Otherwise, I'm looking at these lows for something like that as possible long setups. And then, while I don't really expect this to happen, but if we do go back to the monthly open, I think that is a very nice spot. So, and I think we have a Monday's low from like a couple weeks ago back here, so let me check. This one. COVID. Just gonna call it ML so it doesn't get too messy. All right. So sweeping those and then getting back above it, I like that as a possible long setup if this does roll over. I did enter a long here on this sweep, but now this whole structure is looking kind of funny. So I'm not sure if I would, like, I don't think I would want to enter a fresh long right here just because we've tested this level so many times now. And it could go up here, sure, but I feel like the higher probability would just be waiting for a short setup around here, and then you can compound below the weekly open. We have been doing this like grinding up structure here, which we've seen go two different ways. We've seen them moon out of these grinds up, and we've also seen dumps out of them, but typically they do lead to some volatility, so I'm definitely going to be paying attention to that. And maybe we get something like this to come up here, take out all the highs, hit that weekly SR, and it can be like our little fake out before coming down. So I guess I would say my overall thoughts here are cautious. I'm happy to take intraday setups in either direction if the setups present themselves, but I am not a spot buyer right here. I don't want to be a fresh spot buyer right here. So I either want to buy spot back in my trading accounts on a dip or a flip of 49. So I guess that's kind of my main view. Ethereum's having a pretty similar structure. We took out all these highs and we're right up into this daily supply, so pretty much the same thing on Ethereum. Don't think I need to walk through the ins and outs of that. One thing I did want to show last week, or whenever I streamed last, I talked about what amount you guys wanted me to start with in the Zort account, and I thought we'd do 10,000, but it sounded like more people wanted a lower amount that might be a little more relatable, so we started with 5,000. This is active, trading active, and we are at $5,131. So I'm going to continue to update this, and we'll talk about it in future streams and things like that. You can see trade histories here and stuff. So pretty interesting stuff. The way I set it up, I don't know if I can, I think this. They recommend between 15 to 20% equity participation for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then to start with Lion, but those are just like the presets that you start with, and then the AI kind of takes over from there and manages it accordingly. So we've got that set up. We'll see how it goes, and we'll continue to update that in future videos. And then if you guys like it and want to try it yourself, then you can go ahead and do that. So this was just a quick around 15-minute update video, kind of talking about my thoughts, because we are at a very important level on this chart. So I wanted to give you guys an update, and I'm still alive, so even though I'm not super active right now. I'll be sure to update if anything changes, and I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys have made some money in these favorable market conditions. But don't forget, as quickly as it comes, it can also be taken away. So secure some profit. I'll talk to you guys soon.